ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ओम सच्चिदानंदरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। ओम संसारसागरे मग्नं दीनं मां करुणानिधे कर्ममोहगृहीताङ्गं मामुद्धर भवार्णवात्। श्रीमद्भागवताख्योऽयं प्रत्यक्षः कृष्ण एव हि स्वीकृतोऽसि मया नाथ मुक्त्यर्थं भवसागरे। मनोरथो मदीयोऽयं सफलः सर्वथा त्वया निर्विघ्नेनैव कर्तव्यः दासोऽहं तव केशव। शुकरोपप्रबोधज्ञ सर्वशास्त्रविशारद एतत्कथा प्रकाशेन मदज्ञानं विनाशय। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्च अर्थेष्वभिघ्नस्वराड् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो अमृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। धर्मः प्रोज्झितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सदां वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनं। श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वरः सद्यो हृद्यवरुध्यतेऽत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिस्तत्क्षणात्। निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः। यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातर आजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदुः तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि। यस्वानुभावमखिलश्रुतिसारमेकम् अध्यात्मदीपमतितितीर्षतां तमोऽन्धं संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्याससूनुमुपयामि गुरुं मुनीनां। स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्त्ययं रसः अतःपिबन्धु सद्भाग्याः मामुञ्चतकर्हिचित्। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। समस्त देवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो ब्राह्मणेभ्यो आचार्येभ्यो भक्तेभ्यो साधुभ्यो साधकेभ्यो तीर्थेभ्यो क्षेत्रेभ्यो नदीनदेभ्यो शास्त्रेभ्यो नमो नमः। ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण आचार्येभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय सुखब्रह्मर्षे सूतमहामुने शौनकादि ऋषिभ्यो अत्र्यादि ऋषिभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तेभ्यो मत्स्यादवतारेभ्यो दक्षिणामूर्ति दत्तात्रेय हयग्रीवादिगुरुभ्यो नमो नमः। ओं मातापितृदेवताभ्यो नमः। आदिपराशक्तिमात्रे नमः। आद्यशङ्कराचार्यवर्यादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमो नमः। Every day in this way we are sparing some time with our own choice and interest to have satsang on our shastras, to empower ourselves with the clarity and conviction about what is the indicated ultimate goal for the human beings, for all the jivas, and what is the acme of perfection, and also how to achieve it. And before doing our analysis, satsanga, study, we made it a practice every day to do two more things. One is invocation of all the gurus, devatas, because without their anugraha, we will never have the yogyata to know the goal and walk on the path or means to reach it. Second practice we made every day is of doing the Parayanam of Srimad Bhagavat Mahapurana here, Upanishad in the morning, Ramayana before the Ramayana class. This Parayanam is not to waste our time. Please never think like that. The Parayanam first one is to show you the authority that what is spoken from here is from the Shastras, not from any other imagination or copying or misguidance. It has an authority of the Shastra to prove and show to all we students that it is from the Parampara Agata Shastra that we are studying or we are learning. Second purpose of this is a unique purpose of giving we the Hindus, Sanatan Dharmis, those who are coming for the class, a taste as well as a chance to practice of studying our own Shastras, doing Parayana of our own Shastra. Except in some rare ashramas, except in some individuals who commit to themselves for the Parayana of Shastra. In many, many places, in many Hindus, let us say if you have 80 crores of Hindus, only 50 lakhs must be doing it. 79.58 lakhs, 17.5 lakhs Hindus are denied of our own Shastra by themselves. That they don't do any of this Parayanam. Forget about study from the Guru and use knowing the knowledge and using the knowledge. So that special unique thing we do every day of doing Parayana of our Shastra. Then the meaning of it. And we really have to appreciate ourselves, thank ourselves, thank the Lord that we are able to do it on regular basis without hesitation, without any inhibition, without any samshaya. In fact, for we as Sanatana Dharmi, these are the few recommendations. What are they? Each of you, one, we all must possess in our hand, in our house, Srimad Bhagavad Gita Shastra with a good, beautiful commentary. Bhagavan Adi Shankara commentary, as well as the commentary of any of the realized saints and sages in your own language translated. And keep studying it once in a while. In the same way, each and every one of us should have in our house one copy of Bhagavata Mahapuranam minimum. If any of the other Purana also are there, okay. But if not, at least Bhagavata Mahapuranam at home, again with translation in any of the known languages, we should be able to read them. If we can't do all, ask the Guru which are the chapters or skandha contents, contents that can be cantos worthy of studying in the minimum time I have. So they will tell us. This is the one. The first one you study because it will tell you Adhikari. So they will tell you the sixth one you study because the beautiful stories of Ajamila are there, etc. are there. They tell us eighth skandha is good for you because the Vamana Avatara, Kshira Sagara, Matsya Avatara, all those stories are there. Then they tell us study 10th one, that is enough. It is the heart of the Bhagavatam and Bhagavan Krishna's all beautiful leelas are there. Or they say if you are a Jnana Margi, leave all that, study the 11th skandha, enough, the Mukti skandha. So we must in our house have Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavad Puranam, any of the Purana if possible. Beautiful each of them. The Vishnu Purana is very good. Shiva Purana is very sweet. Imagine, तीन चार जो भी आपको लगे रखो, हो सके तो all the 18. Why not make a commitment every year of Chaturmasa Diksha? 2 or 3 Puranas I finish studying. It doesn't take 120 days. Daily itna page kar ho jayega. In your 4 or 5 years of commitment, all, if not 18, it is 10, 8 Puranas you can study. What an achievement it is, colossal. That's how it is done. Otherwise, it will never happen in million lives with our mind so much rajoguni, having so many sankalpas forcing us to involve in the world or in anything except our spiritual study. That's how every jiva's bad luck, self-invited bad luck, that he never spares time for Shastra. He only destroys himself in the given time. Every house should possess one copy of Tulasi Ramayanam, if Uttara Bharatiya, along with Valmiki Ramayanam. So too, it's now south also. If you can study Hindi, both. If not, at least Valmiki Ramayanam with translation and again in any of the known languages, that also. So one Smriti Grantha, one Purana, one Itihasa, we said, and every house must and should have at least three Upanishads in their house for regular reference. The best of them is Isha, simpler, Katha, wonderful. Along with that, if you think you're very wise and subtle to study, keep Mandukya. Otherwise, what we are studying nowadays, Taittiriya, because of its vastness in its simple simplicity, covering all the aspects of evolution, outer world and inner world, Taittiriya can be one of the sweet Upanishads. These are the four. Then one or two Prakarana Granthas, one or two books of the Stotras we should have at our home. So Prakarana Granthas, Stotras, three Upanishads, one Bhagavad Gita, one Bhagavat Mahapuranam, then Valmiki Tulsi Ramayana. And if you really are interested, you can have at least few parvas of Bhagavat, Sriman Mahabharata. In that, the last three of the Shanti Parva, Anushasanika Parva, they are the excellent ones. Bhishmacharya's teachings to Yudhishthira are there exhausted in more than some 10,000 shlokas. All the dharmas are taught. This is how if you and I want to, not emotionally, but truly want to claim that we are Hindus and remain as the Hindus and get benefited being the Hindu and want to support the Hinduism, Sanatana Dharma, in my personal opinion, it is only through study of Shastra, where not only the Paramatma is the goal indicated, not only sadhanas adhyatmika are indicated, the most beautiful part of our Sanatana Shastras is in the means only, while practicing the means for ultimate goal only, our dharmartha kama purusharthas are fulfilled. Same time, while doing these practices, we become such a great, lovable, wonderful asset to the world and not the liability. Because these Shastras tell to reach to the goal, you have to do sadhana. To do the sadhana, you have to have all the purity of your thoughts, antakarana, and also the values. The one who has got good value system, purity of thoughts and antakarana, is a great asset to the society only, not the liability. It's a byproduct. For Hindus, serving the world, serving the nature, all of them are byproducts and they happen lavishly, effortlessly. Their main goal is Paramatma. And we are those Hindus. I am Hindu. My goal is Paramatma. My means is Jnana and Bhakti Marga. My preparation is Karma Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga. My field of activities is world in front. Continuous constant inspiration to me is my Guru Tattva, Guru Parampara, Rishi Parampara, and my Lord in so many beautiful avatars. I am very clear about it. And with all my strengths or weaknesses or opportunities or abilities, I am trying to do my best. It is not the best, but my best. The best will be much more, much more, much more. But we will improve day by day, decade by decade, life by life. So today's main thought was we are not wasting our time in Parayanam, but we are giving you all a chance to, because you are left at home, so you will take a book and keep there. कब पढ़े ना पढ़े होता नहीं, कभी कभी 1 घंटा पढ़ोगे एक दिन, कभी 2 घंटा, कभी पढ़ेंगे ही नहीं for सालों साल. But if you come regularly to class and if you are chanting with along with me, now remember from Skanda 1 till here, those who have come regularly, all of them at least did one round of Bhagavad Parayana. 18,000 slokas, my dear. So to those who were with me from beginning, we have chanted almost 22,500 slokas of Valmiki Ramayana. आसान से हो गया हो. Because as a group with a commitment, it is more easier to do than being individual and doing it at our own convenience. Here it is made convenient. That's a beauty. And only we are doing. In many other places, the Guru Maharaj gives lecture and tells that is ये इधर से उधर से है. वो किताब नहीं रखते हो. हम तो खुद है हमारे पास, and I imagine you all have the books. Please, with courier charges, I'll give you if you want. Everybody must possess the Shastra in front. Otherwise, if you are not having book, you are cheating me. You are cheating our Gurudev, because we follow Gurudev's tradition. Gurudev follows the traditional tradition that book must be there in front for the Acharya to speak, for the students to listen also, referring to it. So you are insulting me if you are not having the book, humiliating me, disrespecting me. Me means all our Guru Parampara if you don't have book. And all your excuses that for the not having book is sheer proof of your negligence and laziness. कुछ भी कहो. सो if थोड़ा सा आपको दिल को लगा किताब नहीं है तो ला लो आज ही दिन. Travel to Delhi from wherever you are and buy it and go back to your Loka. Even if you are in Maharloka, you must have Bhagavatam, Ramayana with you. Come to Bhuloka and get it. Clear? Now, by God's Gurudev's grace, Mahatma's grace, Bhagavad Acharya's grace, right from Parabrahma up to Shukadevji Sut Mahamuni, we have done 11 skandhas, Mukti skandha, Adhikari Nirnaya, Sadhana, then Sarga, Visarga, Pranam, Sarga, Visarga, Sthanam, Poshanam, Uti, Manvantarani, Ishanukata, Nirodha. After that, Mukti skandha, almost for 1 year we are studying. 25th chapter almost done, one sloka is there. Today we'll see that. Then the 26th one is Raja Pururava, Samrat Chakravarti Pururava's greatest gain of the world after the most frustrating incident, which can be the greatest gain also in our life without the need to go through the frustration as he has gone through. Basing on that, therefore, what to do? To that question, Krishna Bhagavan, as explanation to Uddhava, answers to all of us also, in which he explained to us the Mahima of the Santa, Mahima of the Satsanga, qualification and the duties of the Shishya or Sadhaka or Bhakta who meets that Santa. These are the 4 topics that are covered in chapter 26, just 35, 36 verses. Worthy of reading as many times as possible, like the Taittiriya Upanishad, because the contents are so powerful. What are the contents? All that we will see. First, we will do the chanting of it, entire chapter. Let it take 7 minutes. Om Atha Shadvimshodhyayah Shri Bhagavanuvācha Mallakshanamimam Kayam Labdhva Madharma Asthitah Anandam Paramatmanam Atmastam Samupaiti Mam Gunamaya Jivayonya Vimukto Jnana Nishtaya Guneshu Maya Matreshu Drushyamaneshvavastutah Vartamanopi Napuman Yujjate Vastubhirgunaih Sangam na kuryada sadam Shishnodaratrupam Kvachito Tasyanugastamasandhe Patatyandhanugandhavatu Ailaha Samrad Imam Gatham Agayat Bruhat Shravah Urvashi Virahat Mukhyan Nirvinnaha Shoka Samyame Tyaktvatmanam Rajantim Tam Nagna Unmattavan Rupaha Vilapan Anvagata Jaye Gore Tishteti Viklavaha Kamana Trupto Nujushan Kshullakan Varshayaminihi Navedayantirnayantihi Urvashya Krushta Chetanaha Ailavacha Aho me mohavistarah kamakashmana chetasah devya gruhita kanthasya nayuh khanda ime smrutah naham vedabhinirmuktah suryo nabhyudito muya mushito varshapuganam batahani gatanyuta aho me atma sammohah yenatma yoshitam krutah क्रीडामृगः चक्रवर्ती नरदेव शिखामणिः सपरिच्छदमात्मानं हित्वा तृणम् इवेश्वरं यान्तीं स्त्रियं च अन्वगमं नग्न उन्मत्तवरुदन् कुतस्तस्यानुभावः स्यात् तेज ईशित्वमेव वा योऽन्वगच्छन् स्त्रियं यान्तीं खरवत्पादताडितः किं विद्यया किं तपसा किं त्यागेन श्रुतेन वा किं विविक्तेन मौनेन स्त्रीभिर्यस्य मनोहृतं स्वार्थस्या कोविदं धिङ्मां मूर्खं पंडितं मानिनं योऽहमीश्वरतां प्राप्य स्त्रीभिर्गोखरवज्जितः सेवतो वर्षपूगान्मे ऊर्वश्या अधरासवं न तृप्यत्यात्मभूः कामः वह्निराहुतिभिर्यथा पुंशल्यापहृतं चित्तं कोऽन्वन्यो मोचितुं प्रभुः आत्मा रामेश्वरं ऋते भगवन्तम् अधोक्षजं बोधितस्यापि देव्या मे सोक्तवाक्येन दुर्मतेः मनोगतो महामोहः नाभयति अजितात्मनः इमेतया नोपकृतं रज्वा वा सर्पचेतसः रज्जुः स्वरूपा विदुषः योऽहं यत् अजितेन्द्रियः क्वायं मलीमसः कायः दौर्गन्ध्याद्यात्मको अशुचिः क्व गुणाः सौमनस्याद्याः यद्यासो विद्यया कृतः पित्रोः किं स्वं नु भार्यायाः स्वामिनोऽग्नेः स्वगृद्रयोः किमात्मनः किं सुहृदाम इति यो नावसीयते तस्मिन् कलेवरे मेध्ये तुच्छनिष्ठे विसज्जते अहो सुभद्रं सुनसं सुस्मितं च मुखं स्त्रियाः त्वं मांसरुधिरस्नायो मेधो मज्जास्ति संहताओ विण्मोत्रपूये रमतां कृमीणां कियदन्तरम् अथापि नोपसज्जेत स्त्रीषु स्त्रैणेषु उचार्थवितो विषयेन्द्रियसंयोगात् मनः क्षुभ्यति नान्यथा अदृष्टाद् अश्रुताद् भावात् न भाव उपजायते असंप्रयुञ्जतः प्राणान् शाम्यति स्थिमितं मनः तस्मात् संगो न कर्तव्यः स्त्रीषु स्त्रैणेषु चेन्द्रियैः विदुषां च अविस्रब्धः षड्वर्गः किमु मादृशाम् श्रीभगवानुवाच एवं प्रगायन् नृपदेवदेवः स ऊर्वशीलोकमथो विहाय आत्मानमात्मन्यवगम्य मां वै उपारमत् ज्ञानविधूतमोहः ततो दुस्सङ्गमुत्सृज्य सत्सु सज्जेत बुद्धिमान् सन्त एतस्य चिन्तन्ति मनोव्यासङ्गमुक्तिभिः सन्तो नपेक्षामच्चित्ताः प्रशान्ताः समदर्शिनः निर्ममा निरहङ्काराः निर्द्वन्द्वा निष्परिग्रहाः तेषु नित्यं महाभागेषु मत्कथाः सम्भवन्ति हितान् नॄणां जुषतां प्रपुनन्त्यघौ ताये शृण्वन्ति गायन्ते यनुमोदन्ति चाद्रुताः मत्पराः श्रद्धानाश्च भक्तिं विन्दन्ति ते मयि भक्तिं लब्धवतः साधोः किमन्यदवशिष्यते मयि अनन्तगुणे ब्रह्मणि आनन्दानुभवात्मनि यथोपश्रयमाणस्य भगवन्तं विभावसुं शीतं भयं तमोप्येति साधून् संसेवतस्तथा निमज्योन्मज्जतां घोरे भवाब्धौ परमायनं सन्तो ब्रह्मविदः शान्ताः नौरुदृढे वाप्सु मज्जताम् अन्नं हि प्राणिनां प्राणः आर्तानां शरणं त्वहं धर्मो वित्तं नृणां प्रेत्य सन्तोर्वाग्भिर्भ्यतोरणम् सन्तो दिशन्ति चक्षुंषे बहिरर्कः समुत्थितः देवता बान्धवाः सन्तः सन्तः आत्माहमेव च द्वैतसेनस्ततोऽप्येवम् उर्वश्या लोकनिस्पृहः मुक्तसङ्गो महीमेदाम् आत्मा रामश्चचारः इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायाम् एकादशस्कन्धे ऐलोपाख्यानं नाम षड्विंशोऽध्यायः। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम, श्री भागवत शरणं मम, श्री सद्गुरु शरणं मम, श्री सूत शरणं मम, श्री शुकदेव शरणं मम, श्री व्यास शरणं मम, श्री नारद शरणं मम, श्री कुमार शरणं मम, श्री ब्रह्मा शरणं मम, श्री विष्णु शरणं मम, श्री परब्रह्म शरणं मम, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama Sharanam Mama Sharanam Mama Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva He Nath Narayana Vasudeva He Nath Narayana Vasudeva Om Mukhaṁ Karoti Vācālam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yatkrupatamaham Vande Paramanandamamadhavam Swarge Satye Jagailase Vaikunṭhe Nastyen Rasaha Atha Pibantu Sadbhagyaha Mama Munchadagare Jada Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha Srimad Bhagavata Mahapuranam Ekadasha Skandha Panchavimsha षड्विंशोऽध्यायो Just remember all the Punya Kshetras which you have visited and tell to all the lords, now wholesale, later on retail, that, O Lord Krishna of Vrindavan, Dwaraka, Narayana, Badrinath, I came to you so many times. I did all pilgrimages. As I was, so immature as to why I should come to you and what I should have done. Now I am at this time or age where I can't come to you. I request you, as a result of my coming to you so many times, you come to me, you stay in my heart. You make me try to know the importance of you as the goal of life. You make me understood or convinced about the Shastras given by you as the goal to reach you. O Lord, I am requesting you enter my heart. Take away from my heart all the wrong notions and convictions which I have, because of which I am continuously living life like a ignorant samsari, creating problems to myself. O Bhagavan in Kedarnath, O Lord Shiva in all 12 Jyotirlingas, O the Lord, you made me come to you. Physically I came, did the upasana to you. All that is okay. You like it, like it. If you want to give a phala something like a punya phala, because that are punya karma, do. But what I request now is, it is not happening with my effort. It is only with your grace it can happen. Again, that you enter into my heart. May my impure heart become purified. Sign of the pure heart is the all pervading Lord was available for me in the temple. The Lord in the temple is available for me in my own temple of the heart. May I recognize your presence there in my heart. What is the meaning of recognizing Lord's presence in the heart? He is the one goal for as a goal for me. He is the one who is a caretaker of me. Then let me do your upasana in my heart. From the basic first upasana, Patram Pushpam, up to the final upasana, Sharanagati. O Lord Bhagavan Shiva, O Mother, Kamakshi, Meenakshi, Vishalakshi, Annapurna, Mahalakshmi, Vaishnavi Devi. O Mother, I have visited you, O Kanyakumari. O Shakambari Devi, O Sharada Devi, O Tulja Bhavani, O Mother. So many times I have visited you. All that was external. I was so gross, I was so much extroverted that the purpose of you being in the temple, purpose of my coming to you, I could never realize. It was all just happening mechanically. Now I request that the purpose of all of that is to recognize your presence in the heart and establish you permanently in the heart. Myself also should be in my own heart doing only one thing called as serving you, praying you, praising you, doing upasana to you. Oh Mother, bless me. That you don't leave my heart, I don't leave my heart. I am there to serve you, I am there to worship you. May I transcend all other unwanted involvements, and every involvement is unwanted only, other than pursuing the sadhana shown by you to reach you the goal. So to Bhagavan Ganesha, so many temples I came. Bhagavan Surya, oh Bhagavan Murugan, Bhagavan Subramanya, how many times I came to you. So to the Lord Surya and all the Navagraha Devatas, how many times I did parikrama to you. But what happened? Nothing happened, because nothing happens with my parikrama. Everything happens only by your grace. So please shower your grace. Oh, the Lord, in all the beautiful, famous mandiras in all the country and the world, the Padmanabha of the Kerala and the Tirupati Balaji Maharaj and all the devatas in our Srirangam, in if you go to Kanyakumari, everywhere, our devatas are so many are there. Please, please bless. May I not physically come to you and make a traffic jam there. Have the power to invoke your powerful presence powerfully in my own heart. Give me that capacity. I have inclination. Slowly, that inclination to have your darshan and your establishment, your upasana is happening in me, that also by your grace. May my life be fulfilled in your darshana, in my heart, in everybody's heart, in everything and being in this world. May this thought does not remain only a lip level thought or the word. May it not be only a concept, an emotion, a sentiment. It should transcend the level of conviction through practice to experience. So, in this way, every day we have to pray. One day remembering all devatas of all temples and pray. Another day all the rishi munis of all the ashramas we have to pray. One day all the bhaktas of all the places we have to request. One day all the shastras, Shruti Mata, in the rupa of all shastra, we remember them and ask them. This is how we go on increasing our shraddha and urgency to know the truth through sadhana. If this is not done, all the other devilish thoughts of wanting to go there, wanting to go here, wanting to indulge in that, ये चलता ही रहता. The only way to damn the damn it negativities of our life are only by allowing ourselves to flood with the positivities. To such an extent, where a highly convinced person does, that he doesn't know when he was born, when he grew, when he died. He spent all time in sadhana. कब जन्म लिया, कब बड़ा हो गया, कब मर गया, इन्हें पता ही नहीं है. I was busy. Like all other samsaris. When they are born, when they die, we don't know, but that is over. That's the I love Pakyana will tell all that only. We'll study it. Okay, with this prayer and the last two shlokas, dekho, all the three, Nisango. Clear? Slowly the mind be brought to a beautiful, covetable stage of Nisangata. Ah. Then Mam Bhajetu. Let that mind be employed in deep bhajana of the Lord. Bhaja sevayam, bhaja bhankte, bhaja ekatve. Then Vidwan. Know and remember all the time. Know through study from Guru about the goal and means. Remember all the time. Never be avidwan of forgetting. Let there be vidwan of remembering the goal and means. So Nisangaha Mam Bhajetu Vidwan. We saw yesterday for a lot of time in trying to discuss it. In life, we should have these two principles, please. One is what? Know it. Second is what? Do it. Know the dharma, do the dharma. Know the values, do practice the values. Know the yoga asanas, do them and become healthy. Know pranayama, do it and become strong. Know the exercises, do them and keep the body fit. Is it not? Know yoga, KNOW. Do yoga and do chitta vritti nirodha. KNOW. Know the bhakti and do bhakti. Is it not? Know the Guru Seva Mahima, do Guru Seva. Know the Dharma, Seva, Dharma Mahima, do Dharma. Know the Mahima of love and do the love. Know Jnanam, KNOW, and practice that Jnanam to get the experience. You and I, as a human being, only have to be committed to these two principles of जानो करो, जानो करनो, उसके बाद करते जाना. जानो करो. No do, not NODO. So I'm already doing. Okay, not that. Kuno and do. Kuno and do. Kuno and do. If they make the case silent, then you are becoming violent. Therefore, know and do. So here it is told. So let us know and do it. Nisangaha, told, known, do it. Revel in that joy of non-attachment to anything and being, with fully involving in with everybody and thing when it is required, to the extent of doing our seva, dharma and sadhana. Let us achieve that mastery about ourselves in our own mind for our own sake. Why Sangha and getting suffering? And the Ailopakyana will teach, ऐसा तगड़ा हमको डंडा पड़ेगा अभी इस चैप्टर में. You will really see. I'll take 1 month for studying this Ailovakya. Never mind. Clear? Nisangaha. First thing in spirituality is what? Remove the wrong thought. First wrong thought that it is impossible. Second wrong thought that I cannot do. Third wrong thought that it is not necessary. Fourth wrong thought कि वो जो है चल रहा है ना, चलने दो ना. These four wrong notions, if we don't replace them by the four right notions, that it is possible and that I can do it and it is very necessary, and what I am living life is not the best. If these four are not replaced by these four, we never become established sadhaka. We will be a temporary sadhaka. Aate jate hain. Like on the temporary audience, when they have nothing else to do, they come to our class. In the class, when there's something, remember, including giving bath to their pet dog, they run from the class. The ones like you few were committed, come what may, even Bhagavan coming to your house, you say, Bhagavan, wo chai peete hue, remote se TV dekh lena, I am attending my Guru's, my Swamiji's class. You come for that. For them, all my prayers, pujas, upasanas follow. Those who are doing like that. Great people. They deserve. Anyway. So, knowing and doing, first thing, Nissangam. Second one is Mam Bhajet. Know the glory of doing bhajan of the Lord. And do it. See, we cannot be without bhajana. We are doing continuously. There's no choice. But whose bhajana we do, that choice is there with us. Two options are there. All giving and forgiving us, Lord. His bhajana we should do, or all taking, getting from us and forgetting us. Those stupid people's bhajana we do. Common sense. दुनिया सब लेती है हमसे. सबसे ज्यादा दुनिया हमसे क्या लेती है पता है? हमारी जिंदगी को ही लेती है. अब देती क्या? कुछ नहीं, एक ही चीज देती है, मौत. बिकॉज जब जिंदगी गया तो बचा क्या? मौत ही. It's very sensitive thought, but very important, sensible thought also. And we give our mind, our time, our bhajana to all these people. We have to realize what is the meaning of not doing their bhajana. Don't expect anything from them, and to fulfill the expectations, don't become slaves to them, to pamper them. Our job toward them is to do our duty. If they ask us, give some help. More than that, any involvement is that unnecessary bhajana of them, which is nothing but going to destroy us. Remember, anything you want from them, they'll give without taking so many things from them. Even from them, anything you want or need, the God will kick them and give us, make them give us if we are His devotees. That is true. Like if I want respect from you, I ask you, you will never give. And I go on getting frustrated only in my this effort, disappointed. If I become a devotee a lot, he will prompt you to give me respect. If that is my desire, if at all, I don't have that generally. I'm just giving an idea. If you want somebody to give you friendship, love, if you beg those useless fellows, they won't give. You ask the Lord, He will kick them and make them your friend. Because whoever have become our friends, it is neither because of that person's goodness nor because of our goodness. It is Bhagavan's prompting. You and I are brought together by the Lord only. For what again? Not to forget the Lord and fight with each other or run behind the world, to remember Him. क्योंकि एक से मेहनत होता है, दो मिलके करे तो भगवान बाढ़ कर आते हैं। भगवान आने के बाद फिर अकेले में अपना एक एक उनका उपासना करना है। All of us should call Him together, but upasana is we do each individually, and each of us will merge in Him again. ये calculation ऐसा होता है. I'll not take into that angle. Just an idea given. माम भजेता, all giving and forgiving my mistakes वाले लाड है भगवान. Let us do His bhajan. Bhagavan is not telling here do my bhajana out of his arrogance and commandment or demand. नहीं तो पिटाई करूंगा तुम्हारा. He says, beta, your bhajana to me helps you, re Baba. I will give you everything. Including myself, I will give you. Bhagavan gives bhukti and mukti. The world gives us the badha as well as bandhan. And this is not imagination. Every day we experience it. Still, we don't want to learn. Even if we come to grass, kutte ka dhum, we don't want to keep that learning intact. Mam bhajeta is a positive thought, though a little bit non-positivity means just to explain, we touched that topic, but our main purpose is why worry about all this? Do the bhajan of the Lord all the time, automatically there's no time for other things. Clear? Mam bhajet. Third one is what? Know and do vidwan. Don't remain as ignorant fellow all the time. Is it not? And many people justify their ignorance and suffer their ignorance. Even to have the thought that I should become wise, I should have little wisdom. That why should I suffer ignorance and why should I depend on others all the time for advice? I should depend on Guru and Shastra for learning and ready reference all the time, but must possess that knowledge to whatever extent is possible at this moment to me. Make use of it. Vidwan Bano, about my Deha, I must become Vidwan. About my daily routine, I must become my Vidwan. About my own dharma, what to do, and I should become Vidwan. Why? How long we go on as बेवकूफ है क्या इतना हम कि ये बात भी नहीं सीख सकते आज तक. What should be the goal of my life? How can anybody tell you what's your goal? What a stupid fellow. I must have Vidwan or Vidvata or Vidya that what is my goal? Correct goal. It's an insult to our own ego, intellect. It is insult to the Guru and Shastra if we remain ignorant for a long time. Ultimate knowledge, it will take time. Even the Vyavahara Shastra Jnana, पूरी परिपक्वता आने में बहुत जन्म लगते हैं. But at least in minimum things we can't be otherwise depend on others in general. Particularly Vidwan here is the one who knows the Paramatma as the goal, Adhyatmika sadhana as the means. So, Nisangaha, Mam Bhajeta, then Vidvana. Fourth one is what? Apramattaha. Never ever take anything for granted and become inadvertent to come under any accident. देखो लाइफ में कुछ चीज़ें बहुत सेंसिटिव होते हैं, उसको आप ऐसे का वैसा जैसे का वैसा एक्सेप्ट करना है. यू लाइक 7-8 hours you drove the car very carefully. Only for 2 seconds सावधानी हटी, दुर्घटना घटी. How long you are apramatta is not the question asked. Question asked is, have you become pramatta even for few seconds? That is enough to destroy you permanently. You know? इसलिए how long I have to be apramatta, inadvertent, non-inadvertent, very careful. all the time, till we know the truth, till we die. Again, when you are born, continue. Always apramatata means what I am doing to reach where. Every moment. Am I doing sadhana to reach the God? Again and again, like the driver on the road. कार में अप्रमत्त होता है, प्रमाद में नहीं होता. प्रमाद वाला है तो you will take left turn instead of right one. Then as long we go in wrong direction, so long we have to come back again to come to the right direction. By the time is wasted, petrol is wasted, all the program also is over there. Program is the life opportunity called as life is over. Apramattah. How important is this thought? How careless we are regarding our own life. बीती जाए उमरिया, बड़ा अभी तक हम प्रमाद में ही है अभी भी. Anybody stupid fellow calls for any program, we go. Anybody comes at home, we just entertain them. स्वामी मेरे घर वो लोग आ रहे हैं इसलिए आपके क्लास नहीं आता हूँ. प्रमाद है वो. आया क्यों? अब क्लास के टाइम आना नहीं चाहिए बस. Oh, what are you saying? Class may be important to you. It's not important to me. Then I'm sorry. I can say that only, no? If you're tuned to me and the classes, I'll command you. If not, I say, okay. Only to a Saumya and Priyadarshana Bhakti, I can commandingly say that never enter into any such pramad. Pramad karna hi nahi. Then we saw yesterday about Dhritarashtra and Sanat Kumara Samvada of that Sanat Sujatiya Shastram, where the pramada and apramatata are given. And how one can be without pramada, with apramatata? Only when his antakarana is at the highest level of purity is equal to sattva-guna. So pray to the Lord right now. Oh Lord, bless me to have such a high level of purity and sattva-guna that I always remember my goal and I'm always on the path without a pramattata or pramada, even for a fraction of moment. Please remember, anybody want to reach to the ultimate goal of Paramatma, they have to go through this. It is not avoidable. There are no shortcut methods. This is the shortest cut to. There is no other shortcut. स्वामी और कोई दूसरा तरीका है क्या? I can tell you the same thing in different language, but there's no other thing that can be told. Like how to eat food. You just show through the mouth. Yes, sir. नहीं नहीं दूसरी तरीका बताओ. और दूसरा तरीका ऐसा घुमा के आप बताएंगे. That is different. ऐसे ऊपर से ऐसे नीचे से. But जाएगा खाना मुंह से ही ना. You can't change that. Is it not? You can bring a spoon and show ऐसे खा सकते हैं या straw. इतना भी ये नाटक वाटक करो. Ultimately through the mouth only food will go. In the same way, in wherever we are in condition, everyone will have to come to the stage of apramattata. Remember, apramatta in remembering goal, 2. Apramattata in remembering the path, 3. Apramattata while traveling in the path, 4. So much apramatta that when we have reached the goal, when the Lord is giving the darshan, we should be so apramatta alert to catch it at that very moment. Like the Tirupati Adi temples, when you go, you can't have pramada when you are in front of Lord. 2 seconds is ज़्यादा नहीं. अभी देखो today's news is 30 hours for the darshan. So much of crowd. Tomorrow schools are starting. Today last day of holiday. Then 3 holidays are there. Then Dwadashi, Ekadashi, Trayodasi, Sunday. इतना है वो क्या 30 hours and how much time there? Not 30 minutes or 3 minutes or 3 seconds. एक ही second. If you miss it, gone. Again आपको मौका ही कब मिलेगा? In the entire life, you may not have the will to come to God to see. Then, how much ever you are busy otherwise, without pramada, when you have seen apramatata, say that divine form of Lord for 1 second, for the entire life, you've done it for you. That Lord's form you carry in your heart to home any time you are in the memory of God. अब मिस हो गए, भगवान को छोड़कर सारा क्राउड को देखा. Then whenever you meditate on temple Tirupati in your house, you'll remember the crowd, not the God. You understand? People, those who go to this Vaishno Devi, Kedarnath, 10-20 बार गए. When they go for 15 times, if their attention is not on Mata Vaishnavi in Kedarnath, you know what they remember? Whenever they close and remember their trip, only Gode, Kachar, all that only they remember. Because in every journey they were worried about that them only, not the God. They were in Pramada that time. याद आंख बंद कर ही लिया मैं. आई हैव स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम पहलगांव और फ्रॉम दिस फर्स्ट पॉइंट ऑफ और द केदारनाथ यात्रा, हनुमान चट्टी वट एवर यू कॉल. आप देखा शुरू हुआ, क्या है, घोड़े कचरे चल रहे हैं. But the one who sees Lord even once, without that pramada, means with apramatata in one visit only, when he the ढूंढी गणपति को प्रणाम करते हुए अंदर गए, केदारनाथ जी ऐसे बढ़िया है, स्पर्श किया. दे अलो इट इन नॉर्थ इंडिया. आई डोंट नो नाउ, बट व्हेन वी यूज्ड टू गो, अभिषेक घी वी लगा के भगवान को अच्छी तरह मत्था टेक. Even I remember, you see, आंख बंद कर ली, just traveled. Every traveling is forgotten. Straight away into the sanctum, sanctorium, and being with the Lord there. That's called as अप्रमत्तता से दर्शन करने से बाद में होने वाला लाभ. I'm giving so many examples to tell the importance of apramattata, alertness, non-inadvertence. So each of them are important. एक भी मिस गया साधना नहीं होगा. निस्संगाह होना चाहिए, माम भजयता होना चाहिए, विद्वान होना चाहिए, अप्रमत्ता होना चाहिए. This way, remembering our sadhanas after studying Bhagavata is called studying Bhagavata. Studying Bhagavata is not that I say I have attended all the classes, but don't ask me what I studied. So yeah, next one is what? Jitendriya. We have seen it slowly, steadily, one by one indriya. We can reduce our slavery to them, make it your own friend, slowly conquer it. And कभी कभी बीच में whatever indriyas ask, if they are dharmic, थोड़ा थोड़ा दे दो, उनसे लड़ो मत, but make use of them for Bhagwan. You need not be such a ruthless tapasvi. Anyway, you cannot be in the Kali Yuga, we know. Let us not worry ourselves in that 100% too much of control and all, वो मुमकिन होता नहीं. Our here Jitendriyata is means what? Let the eyes see the form of Lord at least sometime a day, ears listen to bhajan kirtan. This much we can at least begin with. नहीं, मैं ऐसे घोड़े पे सवार होकर शिवाजी छत्रपति की तरह जाकर सारे इंद्रियों को काटूंगा, मारूंगा, पीटूंगा, कंट्रोल करूंगा, ऐसा नहीं होता साधना. जितेंद्रिया is little jitna. And the highest jitna of indriya is transcending the indriyas. A step lower than that is employing indriyas only in the sadhana. A little lower step is that indriyas are in absolute control of you. A lower step than it is indriyas are being mastered by you. Little lesser than is what? Indriyas are managed. Last one lower than it is slave of the indriya. तो सीक्वेंस स्टेप्स होते हैं. लेट्स नॉट बी इन वेगनेस. विद्वान होकर जानना है. जितेंद्रिय. And what helps us in Jitendriyata is Pratipaksha Bhavana or Dosha Drushti. And what is the Dosha Drushti? My time, energy are wasted for this Indriya indulgences. I must do my sadhana. ये वाला बात. Next one, Rajas Tamacha Avichayeta Sattva Samsevaya. Along with the above said, Nisangaha, Maambajed, Apramata, Vidwan, Jitendriya, Pancha. Sixth one is Sattva Samsevaya. Always they do the involvement with Dehendriya Manobuddhyadi in the Sattva Guna related things. As I told us, भूख लग रही खाना है तो सात्विक खाना. कहीं जाने का मन है तो सात्विक स्थल में जाना. To meet somebody, feel like, go to a person Sattva Guna. You want to talk something, talk sattvic. You want to read a book, read sattvic. You understand? That is called always Sattva Samsevaya. Interesting. Like a pan ka adat wale. They have pan every day. They go to pan wala. Then before ordering, he says, why wo wala mat dalna, ye wala dalna. They say that. Supari mat dalna. या केसर मत डालना और डालना. दे सो क्लियर अबाउट इट. पहले वो बोल करते हैं बिना ये वाला ये पान दे दो. चाय पीना बिना चीनी का चाय दो, बिकॉज डायबिटिक. दाल वाला बोले, दाल मत नमक मत डालो भैया, पूरा दाल नहीं भैया, आई एम बीपी. The other fellow says, mirchi dikhana hi mat because I have acidity. In the same way, we have to do sattvic hai, then only I will come. Sattvic hai, then only I will come. Sattvic hai, then only I will do it. That's called sattva samsevaya. Again, here also, how much we have to be careful and attentive. That where we are going and what is coming to us. Is that sattvic or rajasic or tamasic? ये सात्विक राजसिक ऑलरेडी पूरे चैप्टर में पढ़ चुके हैं हम. सो यू आर मास्टर्स ऑफ, आई थिंक एटलीस्ट द फर्स्ट थिंग यू आर डेफिनेटली मास्टर कॉल्ड एज तमोगुण. बाकी भगवान जाने. सत्व संशय. लास्ट में मुनि ही मौन में रहकर चिंतन रहते. मौना, व्हाट इज मौना? मौना इज इनफ ऑफ दिस वर्ल्ड. आई हैव सीन इट, आई नो हाउ इट बाइंड्स मी. Therefore, no interest in them healthily. That is called as mauna. जैसे कभी घर में आपसे बात करके बेकार है, मैं करूंगी नहीं बात आपके लिए, आपसे 2 दिन. That's called mauna. She understood that talking to him is useless, therefore better keep quiet. And he enjoys the party that day, calls everybody and all. What a सब हैरान हो गए. What is that? Is your birthday? He says, no, today my death day is avoided because every day she talks and kills me only. भगवान की कृपा दुआ हो गई कि she took 2 days मौन व्रत. This is what is the first meaning of mauna. The second meaning is what? Then what to do? When I am mauna, non-involving in the world because it's useless. What is useful? Doing the mananam about that. And to do the mananam, the shastras help us. Because ज्ञान सब शास्त्रों के मंत्रों में पढ़ा है कि किसको जानना है, कैसे जानना है, क्या करना है. Okay, now remember all the things. Nissangaha, Mam Bhajet, Vidvan, Apramattaha, Jitendriyaha, then Sattva Samyuktaha, Munihi. Clear? Sattva Samsevaya Munihi. By this what will happen? Rajaha Tamaha cha Avijayeto. See to it that in our entire personality, entire day, entire Vyavahara, Tamas, Rajas are totally eliminated. Like a very good quality accompanied medicine when it is taken for a particular disease removal, that medicine works in such a way it uproots the disease along with its cause. Then we come out with so hearty and healthy. कितना मजा आता है ना, होता है वो दवा काम करके वो बीमारी चला जाता है तो उसका आनंद ही अलग होता है. So too the food. When you are suffering with hunger, good food, tasty food, sufficient quantity. When you eat that, that fellow was troubling. The hunger just runs away only. Gone. In the same way, doing all these 7 things so perfectly that the binding gunas of Rajas Tamas are totally transcended, conquered, given up, risen above. Rajas Tamas cha abhijayet. I told you 4 days back, same topic we were discussing, that conquering tamas rajas means even the sleep is sattvic, even the fighting is sattvic, even killing the person is sattvic. Like Lord Rama killed Ravana. Was it tamasic, rajasic or sattvic? Killing Ravana. Lord Krishna killed Kamsa and all. Was it sattvic, rajasic or tamasic? It is pure sattvic. He never killed out of tamas or rajas. Even killing can be sattvic, upasana can be tamasic, depending on how do you do. Upasana should be sattvic, no? बट भगवान याद ही नहीं है, क्या फूल चढ़ा रहे नहीं पता, वो मंत्र उच्चारण आता नहीं, बोलो तो कहते हम नॉर्थ इंडिया वाले, हमको बोलना नहीं आता. जिंदगी भर ऐसे, फिर आके साउथ में बस के तो सीखो ना, वो भी नहीं करते. This all upasana which is expected to be sattvic is absolutely tamasic. Killing someone means like Rakshasas is seemingly tamasic, but Bhagavan does it for his own kalyana and loka kalyana, and knowing it pakka, therefore sattvika. तमस रजस को पार करना. This is a important shloka, clear cut sadhana. Therefore, we spend time to study it. Now, once we have conquered rajas tamas with predominance of sattva, all these are sattva guna creating activities with which sattva samseva has come to us. Rajas tamas are transcended. Once we are in that sattva guna of calmness, quietness, alertness, freedom from desire, passion of rajas, laziness of tamas, what to do with this sattva guna? Sattvam cha vijayet. That sattva also you have to transcend. How? Yuktaha nairapekshena shantadihi. Now these are all subtle meditational positions. That's why I took this topic today deliberately. और एक दिन थोड़ा पढ़ेंगे लगने दो टाइम करके. First yuktaha means being absolutely steadfast. Sattva mein. Second nirapeksha. What is nirapeksha? There is nothing desired, therefore no planning to gain anything, therefore no activity of Dehendra Mana Buddhi are happening. When that sthiti of nirapekshata comes inside, the mana also becomes absolutely, see, sattvic mana is gained by doing sattvic activities through which rajas tamas is conquered. Now we have to conquer mana as well as sattva guna of the mana. Sattva guna along with the mana we have to transcend because Paramatma is beyond sattva and beyond mana. Our goal is neither sattva guna nor mana. Our goal is Paramatma. Therefore, when we become absolute yukta high is steadfast. In the meditation, you are absolutely alert, you are absolutely aware about your own mana which has come to sattva guna level with the sadhanas mentioned above. Second one, nirapekshena. Even slightest of apeksha also should not be there. Not only of the worldly things, anyway they are transcended. Not only of the other world of Swarga Ityadi, even that I should get to mukti right now or next moment. Even the thought which made us transcend all our lower lives, lower level of living, brought us to this level, even that also has to be dropped. देखो दो रहस्य बताता हूँ. मुझे मुक्ति चाहिए, मुझे मुक्ति चाहिए, मुझे मुक्ति चाहिए. I want liberation, I want liberation. This intense desire removes all other wants. Should remove all the other wants. Rather, do this I want liberation thought so much that all other wants have become zero. First step. Second is what? Second is very interesting. See, unless even this I want liberation thought is dropped, liberation will not come to you. Why? Because this is a final thought. Thought itself is a bondage. Only when you drop that thought, you will discover already existing your own state of liberation that we are Brahma. यहाँ कुछ करने का नहीं है. ध्यान से सुनो. जो कर कर यहाँ तक आए उसको भी छोड़ देना. Like every temple, it is like that. Yes, you had a desire to come to temple, removed all other desires. You used your buddhi, you used your mana, you used your legs, you used vehicle. Through all that, we came into the temple. What happens next or what should be done? All those things which brought you to the temple, not only the outer vehicles, but your deha, your prana, your mana, indriya, each of them brought you to temple. Buddhi brought you to temple through its conviction, mana through its devotion, prana shakti through the energy, body by walking. All of that brought you to the temple. The vehicle might putting our body in that and we came. After reaching there, what to do? All those which brought us, we drop them. What will happen? You will have darshan of God. Nowhere, anywhere in your own heart. This same thing is said Nirapekshadi here in the Mandukya in the last 4-5 karikas of Alata Shanti Prakaranam. Even that also. Ki laye sambodhya chittam vikshiptam samayat punaha, then sakashaya mijaniyat. Last one is what? Samam praptam na chalayet. When the Nachalet was said, Bhashyakara Shankar Bhagavan gave us commentary, there even the desire for liberation also should be dropped. Because still you are at the desire level. Is it not? Desire is the cause of bondage, no? When the desire also is dropped, even for liberation, you will find a trick will happen there, a miracle. What is that? You experience that your liberation, because liberation is not about anything else. It is not going to some place, it's not going to get some object. It is not in time or no, it is your own self. All desires were taking me away from myself. No. Now, desire to know the self brought me away from all of them. Now, you need the desire of self or you need the self? Self. Then drop the desire. That's Gurudev's beautiful explanation. Gurudev, I want happiness. Gurudev said, remove I and want. You are happy. Very subtle it is. He can talk just so simply because in that highest experience. But for us to understand what he meant, we need to listen to satsang for 20 years. तब समझ में आ गया. Our understand. Acha, Gurudev told I and want remove and happiness. He really paper by I want happiness. Cut the I, they want. Gurudev, I got happiness. Where? In the paper. ऐसे ही होगा हमारा. What he meant deeply in the heart. I and the want have to be dropped. You got to understand one day. 20 years minimum you have to listen from one guru all the shastras. ऐसे नहीं तो गुरुकुल क्यों बनाए? उन दिनों में क्यों शिष्य को गुरु के पास ऐसा क्यों नहीं किया आजकल के दिन की तरह एनी टाइम एनी यू फील लाइक गो टू क्लास उस समय ऑल अटैचमेंट द पेरेंट्स किक कट विद द चिल्ड्रन अगर दे सेंड टू गुरु स्टे देयर 20 साल पढ़ के आ तू पूरा not like today come to class and detach from the world come to the world go to the world and detach from the class as much we forget the Lord when we are in class so much we forget Swami class etc when we are in the world these are all joke. We are humiliating all these things but minimum उतना तो नहीं करे तो फिर और कुछ नहीं करोगे आप स्पिरिचुअल इसलिए अलाउड है otherwise studying 20 years regularly under a guru then only the meaning of I and want you drop it you will be happy that will be understood. So here Nairapekshana explained Yuktaha being absolutely steadfast and alert Shantadihi. So Nairapekshana, even Apeksha for the Mukti also is dropped. Then what happens? Shantadhihi. The Shanti which we talk about is Nidra Shanti. That much only we know. Other Shantis are mind, calm and quiet. Here it's not here. Shantadhi means what? The happening called as Buddhi from the consciousness. The mist of the mind which was happening from the ocean of consciousness dissolves in the consciousness. That is called as dhi becoming shanta. देखो जब फ्यूल आप डालना बंद करते हो when you stop adding fuel to the fire gets quenched where it goes into extinction होता है it goes to its own source from where it came it came from its avyakta sthiti. In the same way, where from the dhi came from the its avyakta sthiti of Chaitanya Atma. Atma Chaitanya is not vyakta like any rupa nama, but it is anubhoktavya, it is experienced. That dhi which came from the Atma Chaitanya dissolves into the Chaitanya, giving experience of the Atma Chaitanya. That is the meaning of dhi became Shanta is equal to Shanta Dhihi. So, 3 meditations alert, no apeksha, and in that alertness, when you are having no apeksha, you become conscious of these 2 happenings. One happening is dhi becomes shanta, second is you recognize you are that awareness. That is a moksha sthiti. Very subtle. That is why these 3 श्लोकास हम हर दिन पढ़ रहे हैं 2-3 दिन से क्योंकि ना मजा नहीं आएगा नहीं तो उसको जस्टिफाई नहीं किया था इन श्लोकों को Here Shantadi is not पूरे गर्मी में traffic से थक थक कर घर आ गए. That is only for 10 minutes. Again some other problem comes. Again Ashantadi. Here the Shantadi is what? The entire prapancha, including me, all of them are in the Dhi only. In the pure Atma, now there's no world. Atma, the whole world and Aham are all vritti only, no? I only am a vritti, the world are vrittis. You are a vritti to me, your love or hatred or anger to me is all thoughts only, vritti. Entire samsara is vritti-atmaka only. That vritti is called Dhi. When it becomes Shanta, what remains is consciousness. So the water becoming waves. Waves gone, water remains. So the waves are the vrittis. That is why it's called a vritti, whirlpools. When they are shanta, you see the water without wave. So too, consciousness emerging as chitta, chitta dissolved, reveals or reveals this pure conscious self of our own self. So these three words are pakad लेना साधना को युक्तः शांतदिहि युक्तः निरपेक्षः शांतदिहि. In this way, sattva guna transcended, dhi or mind is transcended, prakriti is transcended. You are in the pure Shuddha consciousness named Purusha Tattva. That is called moksha. ये सब ग्रास नहीं होता. Our attention always on the grass. Therefore, you try to understand it in the form or language of the grass. Till that type of struggle is there, you won't understand. It's not like the grass things. It is subtle. With upasana, that ability to understand the subtle thing, the God Guru gives. So, sattvam cha abhijayet. You transcend even sattva also. How? Yukta, be aware as nirapekshaha, not expecting anything including moksha, and seeing to it as a result of this, that should happen. What? Shantadhihi. That is why he says, Sampadyate gunair muktaha jivaha jivam vihaya mam. Three things happen with the above three sadhanas. First क्या होता है कि गुणैर मुक्तः. Because सत्व को भी पार कर दिया, तीनों गुण चले गए. When gunas are not there, how can there be the gun jiva? Therefore, jiva jivam vinirmuktaha. Two things. Now gunas gone, jiva gone. Then what remains? Ki mam sampadhyate. They will reach to me, the conscious self experience. See how spashta this shloka if we give time to study. And once such things are very clear in our understanding, with that, when we want to do sadhana, we can really correctly do. In another case, when we don't have the clarity of understanding, even if we want to do sadhana, what to do, we don't know. Because we don't know this. But these slokas are the beautiful guidance. When we keep in our heart the clear understanding, जब कभी मन लग गया साधना करने का सब छोड़कर, you are already the ready knowledge, do it. These three slokas, that's why very essential. गुणैर्विर्मुक्तः गुणैर्मुक्तः जीवं विहाय जीवः then माम संपद्यते. What is माम संपद्यते? Just like a pinching is done. Experience क्या है कि मुझे दर्द हुआ. That is when I said I am the body. So too when somebody insulted me, I experienced that humiliation. That time I was identified with the buddhi, mana, ego. Just like these experiences we are having with the upadhi tadatmya, all upadhis are gone. The nirupadhika anubhava, that aham brahmasmi, that is called mam sampadhyate. That mam is the real essential self. All other were not self only. Not only the outer self, not selves are not self, even my own panchakoshas, ahankara, jiva bhava, ये सब भी मैं ही नहीं हूँ. मैं इनके हटकर परमात्मा हूँ. और टू रियलाइज माई रियल सेल्फ, द बिटर मोस्ट टेरेबल एनिमीज आर आई एंड माई ओन माइंड इंटेलेक्ट. These are the enemies. But we think world is the enemy. That is a golden day. We spoke about it 4 days back. When I understand that I, the Jiva Bhava, my, the Upadhis, are the big obstacles for me to know my essential self, the Vedanta is entering into us. जैसे बंदा बहुत कमज़ोर हो गया, शुगर डाउन, यू पुट से लाइक ग्लूकोज ड्रिम, आफ्टर 5 मिनट्स स्लोली होश में आते रहे, मतलब वो शुगर उसके अंदर जा रहा है. अंडरस्टैंड? अब कैसा है? नाउ आई एम फीलिंग एनर्जेटिक डाउन बिकॉज आई वाज फीलिंग सो, बिकॉज शुगर डाउन हो गया, हाइपोग्लाइसेमिया, सेमिया बहुत गया है इसलिए ग्लाइसेमिया हो गया. ऐसा कुछ वर्ड है, आई डोंट, आई जस्ट सेड हाइपर हाइपो. In the same way, when can we say the Vedanta entered us? When we know my own antakarana is my own enemy for me to make my own self being away from me. And thus, me missing my own self, I am suffering in my own limitations created by my own ego and jiva bhava, my own antakarana. If you can understand this twisted way of saying or puzzle, Vedanta is understood. इट्स लाइक धूप में क्यों सफर हो रहे हो, छाया में आ जाओ. यू आर द सेम, बट कंडीशनिंग इज धूप ऑफ सफरिंग, कंडीशन इज छाया ऑफ नॉन सफरिंग. आई एम द सेम. So to I the self, under the upadhis, I am suffering the dhoop. When all the upadhis are dropped, I am in my own self. I remain the same. Sopadhika aham is jivaha, suffering. Nirupadhika aham is brahmaha, muktaha. At that level, all other upadhis we are ready to give up, but the antakarana upadhi छोड़ना नहीं चाहिए. उसमें भी aham aham वाला. I am not the small aham identity with upadhi and suffering. I am the infinite aham which is there behind the entire universe. That's called sarvatma. सब में रहने वाला आत्मा मैं हूँ बाबा. ये 5 देहों से तादात्म्य जीवात्मा नहीं हूँ मैं. Suffering. Beautiful shloka. Now last one. जीवो जीव विनिर्मुक्तः गुणैश्चाशय संभवैः मयैव ब्रह्मणा पूर्णः न बहिर्नान्तरश्चरेत्. जीवो जीव विनिर्मुक्तः गुणैः च आशय संभवैः मयैव ब्रह्मणा पूर्णः न बहिर्नान्तरश्चरेत्. What a beautiful flow of Bhagavan. Last. Jiva sadhakaha jiva vinirmuktaha, freed from his jiva bhava, which continues as long as identified with the upadhis and ahamvritti. That is gone away. Gunaicha vinirmuktaha, he is freed from the gunaha. Ashaya sambhavaihi, which are born from the vasanas. So through all up above sadhanas, what are the 3 things go away and what is the one thing obtained or gained? The 3 things gone away are the gunas, the ashayas, that means vasanas, and the guna and vasana ka jo output tha, jiva bhava, all these 3 goes away. Then what remains or what is gained? Maya eva brahmana purnaha. He will identify himself with me who is a Purna Brahma. It is a telling at the time of process. But when the process is over, Maya Brahmana Purna is not that. There is Bhagavan who is Purna and I merged in him. ऐसा नहीं होता. I myself am that Purna Brahma, that अनुभव comes. Thereafter, Nabahirnantarascharet, outside there is nothing for him to run into the world. Inside also there is nothing for him to have any disturbances or desires. In or out are same for him. One Paramatma only. Antarvahishyatat sarvam vyapya narayana stitaha tad narayana hamasmi. Narayanoham narakantakoham purantakoham purushoham isha. Hiranmayoham Shivaropamasmi. These are the thoughts. That's why 2 hours each of the word, when it is explained by the Guru Acharya, we listen, then there is justice done to the Shastra. So, Jiva Vinirmuktaha, Gunaicha Vinirmuktaha, Ashaihi cha vimuktah. Then Maya Brahma Maya eva Brahmana Purnaha. Me, the Purna Brahma, he becomes one with Nabahirnantarashchara, and there's nothing for him to go in and out. He is everywhere. जहाँ भी देखो मैं ही हूँ. Then you can change a little bit the song and sing. जिधर देखो मेरी तस्वीर नजर आती है, not और कोई, भगवान का ही नजर. I see myself everywhere. Nabahirnantarashchare. There's nothing in and out to talk. Antaha means aham. Bahi means somebody other than me. Aham is antaha. Idam is bahihi. Every time the idam appears to be other than me. And I appear to be other than that idam. Therefore, the entire world is idam aham veda. Idam aham are born out of the ignorance of the one Purna Atma in the form of vrittis. Through all this sadhana, we transcended the vrittis of idam and aham. We come to one Purna Brahma, from where the thoughts of idam aham came, which is the entire world and jiva. They are very subtle. Only in this dhyana sthiti, contemplative sthiti, which is achieved through viveka vairagya, through lot of upasana and japa, through lot of guru seva, when that atyanta uttama sattva guna comes, with that, forgetting the entire world, when we sat for meditation for days together, that time all this will click to us. Let us desire for it, let us try for it, let us aim for it, let us pray for it. And I just imagine, like in Gita Kala also, in this teaching, Bhagavan must be in this ecstatic state of Ham Brahmasmi. From that standpoint, he is teaching to that Jiva Uddhava to lift him to that level. In fact, he is directly addressing Uddhava, what I told you, if you do it, you are freed from your Jiva Bhava, your Ashayas, your Guna, you become one with me, the Brahma. Karo paunchoge mujhe. Now, this is the answer to the problem or question asked by Uddhava way back, 25 chapters back. Oh Lord, you are leaving me and going away. How can I live without you? Please take me. Or you don't go. Lord says, I am Brahman Re. With all this sadhana, you become one with me as Brahma. Even if you want, you can't be separate from me. Just like other than one with being Brahma, how much ever you want and I want, we cannot be together. As a Jiva Deha, कुछ भी करो हम साथ नहीं रह सकते. As a Brahma, कुछ भी करो हम अलग नहीं हो सकते. Like in Gita. As a Deha, नहीं मारोगे तो भी मरेगा. As a Atma, कितना भी कोशिश करो मरेगा इसने. He was talking a language of maro maro, Arjuna. He is even you don't kill. Do you think Duryodhana is going to live eternally? He will die one day. Bhishma Drona, you also will die. वही तो दिखा है विश्वरूप में डर गया अर्जुन. Upadhis are killed even if you don't kill them. And Shuddha Atma is never killed how much ever you try. Then what is the whole Gita? To reach to the Atma which is never killed or killer, which never becomes killer, you have to do the sadhanas. A part of sadhana is this period of your evolution is killing them. That is only dharma. You are not killer, they are not killed. A dharma is happening to clear all the needs to be done or debts to be cleared. That's it. They're all visions slowly come. ऐसे बोलने से नहीं होते. गुरु उपासना करो, गुरुदेव उपासना, गुरु तत्व उपासना, Shruti Mata Upasana, mainly she will reveal all these secrets to us. Now, iti Srimad Bhagavate Mahapurane Paramsam Samitayam Ekadasha Skandhe Panchavimshodhyayah. हो गया. ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः. अथ षड्विंशोऽध्यायः. श्री भगवान् उवाच. So that you should not blame me. Swami did not start chapter 26. It is started. Bhagavan says the first sloka. So simple, so complete, so direct. But more than being simple, complete, direct, so important. I'll chant this mantra and tell you literal meaning. With that only you will very clearly understand, because you are now in such a sattva, shuddha sattva guna. I have to just touch you, you will fall in Brahma. I'll touch at the end of it, because till that the class should go on. No? So he says, Mallakshanamimam labdhva. Mallakshamimam kayam labdhva Madharma astidaha anandam paramatmanam atmastam samupaiti mam. Kaha viveki jignasu mumukshu sadhaka prayatnavan guru bhagavad anugrahita vyakti. Man lakshanam imam kayam labdva. Having gained this body of human, man lakshanam is which has all capacities in it to reach you to me. Which was said in the one, Tasmat Dehamimam Ladva Jnana Vijnana Sambhavam, 33rd mantra. Bhagavan repeating in different language, point is same. Having obtained this Deha, which is of my Lakshana, means which is capable of reaching me. And Mal Lakshanam is a literal meaning also. Literal meaning because, you know, Bhagavan has Virat Rupa. Exactly like that only he made human form. Just that's why whatever is in Pindanda, same thing is in Brahmanda. Bhagavan jab made all other jivas, animals, etc., he was not satisfied. Then he thought, let me make something which is exactly like me. When he thought and did it, what came out is human body. Therefore, human body is exactly like Paramatma only. Then the explanations are given in different texts in different way. The hair in the body are all the परमात्मा के शरीर के सारे ये जो हेयर है ये सब ही ये सारे वृक्ष आदि हैं. Then all the blood and blood vessel and nadis are there, all the bones are all the mountains. So all that explanation come. My parts of the body came from different parts of Prakriti. All parts of Prakriti came from parts of God. Like my mind came from Chandrama. Chandrama came from Bhagavan's mind. My buddhi and eyes have come from Surya. Surya Bhagavan came from eyes of Bhagavan. My ability to listen came from the Dig Devata. Dig Devata came from the ears of Bhagavan. Shrotra se Dig Devata. Interesting. In fact, this entire ourselves is nothing but Bhagavan only. In many ways, it can be explained. Tomorrow we will see that. So here little meaning, mat lakshanam imam kayam labdva, having gained this human life. Oh, what to do and what to achieve? First, mad dharma astitaha. Just practice the all dharmas which take you to me, which bring to me. Mad dharma is all the sadhanas which take you to me or which bring to me. Ye karke anandam paramatmanam atmastam mam samupait. Having followed all my instruction given by me in the above, Mam Samupaiti, they reach me. So what is there, Mayaiva Brahmana Purnaha, is as if it will explain here. What is it? Anandam Paramatmanam Atmastu. Supreme Self and Supreme Bliss in your own real self, you reach to, and that is what is me. And this sloka needs some 10-12 minutes explanation because इसमें what is the Atma Jnana Sthiti, Paramatma Prapti Sthiti, Moksha Sthiti, all those things are answered. You have to be very subtle to catch. Tomorrow we will see. But the main simple grosser superficial simple direct meaning is what? Having born as human being and following all sadhanas, reaching to the Lord, reach the Lord. When you reach the Lord, it is in your own self, it is a Paramatma, it is blissful. Paramanandam, Atmanam, Anandam, Paramatmanam, Atmastamam, Samyak Upaiti. Iti. Then he will tell in the next sloka, Gunamaya, Jiva Yonya, Vimukta, Gnan, Nishtaya, Guneshmaya. What a beautiful slokas there are. Like we studied in the earlier chapter, these also patiently, one word, sentence, entire thought in that we try to assimilate, digest. Okay, thank you. Sarvam Sri Narayana Charanarayindarpanamastu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Very good, friends. Hats off to your patience for listening. And you prepared your antakarna for that. Lucky you are. All